Welcome back to my channel at The Movie Optimist, where I try and find the silver linings in even the worst of films. Last week at Star Wars Celebration, it was announced that Shawn Levy is making a movie called Star Wars Starfighter, starring Ryan Gosling, and the ball is rolling on it. They're casting, they're making sets, and they're getting ready to film this thing in a couple months. But it was just announced that multiple actors that were offered roles for this Star Wars project have turned it down. Now, the actors in question are Jesse Plemons, Mickey Madison, and Jodie Comer. For those of you who don't know, Mickey Madison was just an Oscar winner in Anora. She was also in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and a slew of other movies. She was also in Scream 6 as the girl that gets lit on fire at the end. She plays like a psychopath and she was great. Jodie Comer was in The Duel, or The Last Duel, with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon and Adam Driver. She was also in Free Guy opposite Ryan Reynolds. And she was already also in a Star Wars movie as Rey's mother in a flashback sequence. Jesse Plemons is from Breaking Bad. He's from Game Night. He's from Killers of the Flower Moon. All three of them are phenomenal actors and actresses, but they all turned down roles to be in a Star Wars movie. And a lot of people were scratching their heads like, why? Is it because they weren't offering them enough money, this, that, and the other thing? Not for nothing, I love all of them, with Jodie Comer being at the top of my favorites out of all of them. I love her in The Bike Riders. They're not A-list celebrities like Robert Downey Jr., where they're all asking for $20 million a role. So I don't think it was a money issue. I truly believe in my heart of hearts it's because of how toxic the Star Wars fandom is. Going all the way back to Christopher McQuarrie when he was making Mission Impossible Fallout with Tom Cruise and Henry Cavill, he was asked in an interview if he would ever do a Star Wars film, and he flat out was like, no. The fan base is so toxic that I don't want anything to do with that, because I can make a movie and pour my heart and soul into it, but if it's not something that the Star Wars fans like, they drag your name through mud. They refuse to show up to see any of your other movies. They send death threats to your house, threatening to kill you and your family. Kelly Marie Tran from Star Wars The Last Jedi and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker literally had to delete her social media because of all the death threats she was getting. Imagine making a movie and so many people don't like it that they actually threaten to kill you, as if it was like you murdered their family. The fact that there are people in our world that would threaten to kill somebody, that would take the time to write a letter and send it to you, threatening to kill you because you didn't make a movie in the franchise that they love, because you didn't make a movie that they loved in the franchise that they loved. If you're one of those people, you're a piece of shit. You are the bottom of the barrel, scum of the earth, gum on the bottom of my shoe. I don't care if I offend you in saying that, because you're just a piece of shit. There are so many things in life worth getting worked up over, and one bad movie in a franchise is not one of them. If I see a movie in a franchise that I don't like, am I disappointed? Yeah, but I would never go out of my way to threaten somebody's life. You are lower than low, a keyboard warrior, bottom of your mother's basement dweller that's probably never gonna amount to anything. You guys are loud, but you're very small. But still, the fact that people like you exist in this world makes people of the talent levels like Christopher McQuarrie, giving us some of the greatest Mission Impossible movies of all time, not wanting to make a Star Wars movie. Because of you guys, you are alienating great talent, because people are afraid if they do try their hand at making this and they don't succeed, that their name is gonna forever be banned from Hollywood because they're gonna be known as the person that ruined Star Wars. And I truly believe that the reason why these three actors and actresses don't want to be in it is because they're not of the level of a Robert Downey Jr. where they could take a stain on their resume. If they go in a Star Wars film and it's so hated, that's gonna follow their already small following around for a very long time and make it hard for them to get roles. Look at Daisy Ridley. She has barely been in anything since being in the biggest movie of all time. The biggest movie domestically of all time is Star Wars The Force Awakens, and all three of the Star Wars movies she was in made $1 billion each. And she hasn't gotten work since then, except for like Murder in the Orient Express and a movie about her where she like swims across a lake where it's based off of like a true story. And also she was like a Peloton instructor in some Netflix movie that I saw years ago that like Pedro Pascal falls in love with. That is the tone that has been set for people that join this franchise if they're not good. God bless Ryan Gosling's soul for agreeing to be in this. I'm so happy that he did, because I love Ryan Gosling. He's in my top favorite actors of all time. The Fall Guy last year was my favorite movie of the year. Shawn Levy is such a great director. I love him so much because he always makes movies that appeal to me. I always love the swashbuckling action adventure movies with heart. Real Steel, Stranger Things, Free Guy, The Atom Project, Deadpool and Wolverine, and now that same guy is going over to make a Star Wars project? Hell yeah. And he's making it with one of my favorite actors of all time? Hell yeah. But if this movie isn't that great, Ryan Gosling's gonna be fine. But will they? And I think that's the question that's going through all of their heads. So they turned it down, and 95% of the people that show up to watch Star Wars movies, you guys are fucking awesome. I love all of you. We're all part of the same group of fans. I can't wait to see this. I'm sure you can't wait to see this. But to the 5% that send death threats to people, this is your fault. I really wish you guys would just all go away and find some cave to live in and then just stay there for the rest of your lives. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited to see this movie, and are you disappointed that there are so many great actors and actresses turning down being in a Star Wars movie because there are just some really toxic fans out there? Let's talk about it in the comments down below. And as always, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you next time.